I didn't notice this the last time, but it looks like when you load up a new game, it says Baikal, which is the name that we've seen before for this sort of base. This one, Baikal. Anyway, it turns out that last time that I recorded, my mic got bumped and I lost a lot of progress. I was coming up from here in the beginning, and I think through episode 1, and I'm not sure if I made it to the way station or not. Either way, we've made it to the way station, and I learned that this game is not super linear and it doesn't hold your hand. There's navigation that you have to put some thought into where you're going, where you're aiming. There were spots like this one over here, and then there's one over here as well, which we went to explore. This one I got stuck. I tried to get this one for way too long. I didn't realize that they are trying to tell you to get this sample, and I went right by it over here, and it looks like there's some strong currents that we're going to need to bypass, or either find some sort of plant life that can help us out, something like that. But I couldn't figure out how to get to this one, and that's what I was hoping to tackle during this session. This one was really easy to find. I think I might have found 1 or 2. I think it was just 1 in this sort of area. Just wanted to give you the update because I'm going to continue from this point forward. But to be honest, I ended up getting super lost somewhere around here for maybe half an hour, so it's not like you missed too much. These are, I guess, in a different sample. This is what we have so far. We have a shrill sack. This stock root is what I ended up finding after I got lost and turned around. Stock bark, which is newer, I think. Soothe spore. This is one of the first things that we got, was a stock spore. And then more recently, in that easier to get to area, was the clouded shell, which is a piece of a creature's shell with a cloud-like pattern. Haven't opened this. I guess we're doing okay with our generator. And we have an inactive sonar. I'm pretty sure that covers most of what happened during what would have been episode 2, but this is the new episode 2, where does she say something here? It says EV for Ellery vase. Oh, I guess it's just a new entries. But in this episode, we can go through some of the older entries and then see if I can navigate myself closer to the point that's like super off the map, which is over here. There's a signal that detected a suit transponder at these coordinates. This could be Minae. I also think we're Minae, not sure. We'll have to head to the East Reef to find out. I have no reason for thinking that we're Minae. It just seems like something sneaky. We might come across her later too. Not sure. And I don't know how to get all the way out here. I think the suit will help us get past some of the areas that I was reaching over here where the current was too strong, because it would give us some sort of propulsion if we were in a suit. This is our only sample request that's left, and it's where I'm hoping that we won't get too lost. Here, where strong currents batter the stock forest, might be a good place to find exposed or damaged string stalks. I tried to get up there last time, and it seemed like we would also run into some issues in terms of like going against strong current. I guess that's where I'm not sure with this game. Am I just supposed to like freely explore? I did catch these 2 sample points that they wanted me to the point where I feel like this one should be easy to get to. Anyway, before we go too far off, I want to go through some of the newer entries. We have found one whole animal. I'm hoping that we find cooler animals. There's also a blank box. Very mysterious. But it looks like the reef stock. We have reef stocks are fungal life forms which take the form of a series of stalks and plants anchored to rocky substrates. Their chitin exteriors range in color from dark amber to acid yellow, leading them to resemble oversized lichen. This outer membrane is marked with slits, which expand and contract, producing a distinctive hum. These slits or pores also allow both the release of spores by each colony and the absorption of other colony spores. I'm using this term for ease, but are these really seeds or something else? Both the hum and the spore exchange seems to be part of a complex communication network between individual stock patches or colonies. However, like earth fungi, the visible part of these stalks may only be a small part of their overall mass. What network might connect these colonies beneath the ground? That sounds a lot like trees. I was listening to a radio lab the other day saying that the network, a neural network for like lack of a better sense of a word, is so far reaching, and it goes and extends even into their tree top canopy, where the canopies in like areas like in the rainforest can become so crazy that the tree will grow on a tree. Yeah, the network's cool. Also, if like something's dying, they can all talk to each other, be like, that one's dying, guys. Or if something needs like find some resource that's really useful, it can call out to other trees chemically. Obviously, this is me personifying a tree, but it will chemically signal other trees in the area to be like, yo, I found some good stuff over here. The behavior of these reef stocks. Analysis of store stalks, stock spores, has revealed a rich cocktail of compounds unique to each spore, some of which are previously unknown to human chemistry. This aspect of the spores and their noticeable exchange between colonies of stalks suggests that these chemical cocktails are part of an information exchange network. However, some of these spores also appear to be true spores, used for asexual reproduction of stalk colonies, suggesting that information-carrying spores are adapted or modified reproductive spores. Analysis also suggests that stalk colonies may possess a high level of intelligence and cognition, and that messaging provided by spores is nuanced and even subjectively unique to each colony. Patterns across multiple spores from a single colony even suggest a chemical signature possessed by each stock group. Could these be as thought of the stock names? This is Ellery Vaz's theory that close analysis of stock root networks reveals something surprising. The root networks are in fact part of a symbiote, a different fungal species entirely, which exists within the stock bodies. This fungal symbiote provides a carbon exchange network which runs throughout the bedrock of the reef, connecting all colonies in a single web. This symbiote also produces the spores which stalks use to communicate, but these spores are edited by stalks themselves to act as reproductive agents, information carriers, and chemical delivery systems. If the stalks are able to edit the genetic signatures of these spores and their parent species, their intelligence and complexity must be way beyond what I previously theorized. Close analysis of stock spore language could reveal an entire corpus of communication. Are these stock jokes, stock histories, or even stock literatures? Trying to be silly. This is pretty cool. I know this is supposed to be her looking at these samples, but it looks like, I don't know, concept art for something that could be like Subnautica-ish. I guess that's the point, is all of this is just in our mind and helps our imagination when we're roaming around. Great. Let's see if we can find our way to this thing. We want to go along this sort of wall and eventually we'll come to this outcrop. I'm hoping that somewhere along this zone we'll be able to find a way to get closer. It also seems like it's to the right of this longer spit. How do I go again? Whoops. How do I get out of this? Confirm. Yep, that's where we want to go. Yeah, this is the loading screen I was talking about. Exoplanet extraction. Like using our resources to take from the environment. Let's see what we have in here. Some stalk bark, some shrill sack. The shrill sack has been the one that's like more useful. This is that larger outcropping that we saw before, and I don't know if we can get closer. Upper forest. Oops. What does it need? Root spore? Upper forest. What's blocking this? Is there no other way to go through this? I honestly don't know what I should be using. I'm using all of my resources. This is so dumb. What? I thought I used that already. Okay, I guess. I think we came through here when we first started the game too. And we're trying to get over here anyway. Hopefully these shrill sacks will help us get through this point. I also wouldn't mind if we had a map on us so that I could at least get some bearing to where I'm going. Stock patterns. The growth patterns of the stock suggest a complex territorial network. Are we underestimating the complexity of these life forms? I really don't remember if we came through here this way or not before. Let's get a couple more samples and see if we can't get closer to this side of things. Shrill sack seems to be our friends, getting us through a lot of this area, so let's collect as much of it as we can. Maybe this was the way we came in, because it doesn't look like we can get that much closer to this whole area. Just keep using shrill sack on shrill sack. We're supposed to be going up here. we're getting closer to feeding grounds. This is definitely where we came through early on in the game. It's funny that I would even recognize that. Or is this the point that we are trying to get to? Strong current. No. Flecked with spores, this water runs fast and hard. The suit can't push any further north here without better propulsion. We even saw that point when we were coming into this whole section. I want to find a way around it so bad. We'll give this a little bit more of a look. Oh yeah, that's the one from the beginning of the game. I'm gonna keep going this way to see if there's not another way besides going up this propulsion thing, and we can just explore the area that's close to our little outcrop. I'm gonna go a little further. I know. Yeah, we're all the way over here. There's this huge boulder or drop off point. Okay, let's go. Please come get us. Restarting, resyncing. We went along this coast. Where was that outcrop that we noticed when we came in? It might have been over here, maybe the end of this one. How do we get here? I tried to go around this way in the lost footage, but it's the only spot that's left. Head into the East Reef to find out. Confirm dive to selected location. I mean, it hasn't worked so far. I'm not sure what confirming anything does. It's not like it's guiding us or helping with a waypoint. I don't see one, at least. I know I tried this way the last time. Let's just try going towards this opening over here, because everything else doesn't seem to be working for us so far. Open sand. This western side of the finger becomes increasingly enclosed by rocky outcrop that leads towards the shallower water. This is the route that I had taken to find that easy to find sort of stuff down here, but I never made it all the way towards whatever is blocked off up here. Row of stalks. Will the shrill sacks help us out? Yeah, they come in clutch. This is our other new kind of spore. I'll come over here to show it to you guys. Oh. Maybe it's harvested already. It doesn't look like it wants to get me any closer to it. Here we go. Oh, nope, they're shell sacks. Nothing you haven't seen. Is the other one also shell sack? I'll take it. The last time I went this way, back towards the base. The stalks seem to be growing around bloated growths, isolating them from each other. What's the purpose of this? Ooh, this is a new area. Good. Bloated growth. Bloated stalk. The membrane of these stalks is thin enough to be translucent in areas stretched to breaking point by whatever is inside. That's pretty gross. If these stalks are isolating the bloats, perhaps it's because they're dangerous to the colony itself. Well, if it's dangerous, let's block it. There can't be any harm in disrupting it, right? Ew, a pulsing growth is what this one said. Clearing these stalks is a delicate task, and I hope that their retraction is temporary and not some terminal state. They better bring me another shrill stalk, or I'm never gonna make it out of here. When alarmed, these stalks burst open, releasing their toxic contents into the local water. Could they be defending themselves? Sandy clearing. Let's not use another shell sack. We only have 2 more. Is it what I'm hoping for? Yeah. What did that say? Vein? Some vein or root must run through this spot as the sand rumbles with unseen movements. Are all the bloats connected? Ew, the bloats connected. They're really selling how nasty this plant sounds. The pulsing, pumping rhythm of these stalks contractions suggest that it's in some process of is happening inside of them. Yuck. Let's just keep going up for now. Bloated growth. With its chalky covering melted away by the bloat, this rock has a dull metallic sheen, spectrums of light reflecting across its surface. With it, data gathered. Large bloated stalks that burst easily, expelling the toxic microbes. That's enough data to log and classify these inflated sacs. I'm gonna call them reef bloats. Hopefully this will get us closer to where we want to go. Their movements suggest unseen processes. Beyond the stalks, I can see a sheer ridge rising up to the north. Watch there be harsh currents that we can't pass. North of here is an angular ridge ascending, cutting the shelf in two. The only way further north is to cross the rift east of here. Let's hope this new information can help us navigate. Tucked away into the side of this corroded rock, a pile of stones with worn holes sit in the sand. Within a hole, something glitters. Shrill sack. It's an animal egg. Yes. I've been looking for more animals this whole time. Striped egg. An egg sampled from the spore line nest. Yep. The good stuff, the good stuff. Spore Catcher, agile jet-propelled creatures with colorful mantles. I'm going to call these Spore Catchers as they are so eager to gather the stock spores. Found hidden amongst Reef Stock colonies, feeding their spores. Let's head back to where we started. Back to base. So I can keep all of the shell sack to myself. Let's see, we have these new ones. The rest of them are not new. Let's look at the sample of the striped egg, which is the Spore Catcher. I don't know. Multiple taxonomy entries updated. I guess I just didn't finish processing these the first time. No relevant taxonomy entries found. Maybe we'll find more info on this, and maybe this had to do with the egg. Med subject? Base under detected medical assessment due. Guess we can take another look at all of these. Let's look at the reef bloat. We've learned a lot about these already. Inflated sporing mushrooms with nodules. Yeah, they're orange. Pulsing, yeah. I would read this normally, but I think I've read enough. Behavior colony sample analysis requested. Root sample analysis requested. Study completion required. I don't know if I have an extra root sample or not. I don't have another root to give it. I never thought about having multiple samples to give it. Spore Catcher. The Spore Catchers are small, soft-bodied creatures which move quickly through the water by using siphon jets. Their mantles were striped with bright colors that shift as they swim, allowing the creature to modify their movements through the water with precise flapping motions. Watching them navigate the water is hypnotic. Their rapid turns and loops show incredible agility, flitting through the water like a bat or a bird or a fish. I guess it's flapping, so never mind. Spore catchers use this wide range of movement to pursue various fungal spores that are produced by the reef stalks. The spore catchers seem to be highly selective about which spores they wish to consume, suggesting the analysis of the stalk spores might tell us more about the spore catchers' behavior and diet. They do look a little like jellyfish, just fast jellyfish. If you've ever looked up like a comb jellyfish, they have this pretty pattern on them. You could imagine if they had any amount of muscle that they might end up flapping away like that. It's a very suggestive picture. Was there anything else there? Analysis of the unique chemical compounds found in the stalk spores in water. A wider understanding of how stalks use spores to communicate, suggesting a more mutual relationship between spore catchers and stalks than initially assumed. If stalks are able to tailor the chemical makeup of their spores, it is possible that the select spores the catchers eat are intended for their consumption and contain compounds and minerals attractive to this species. As spore catchers use their color-shifting properties to hide among stock colonies, it seems increasingly possible that stock colonies and spore catchers are mutualistically linked, and catchers serve the needs of specific stock patches. What those needs are, however, is not yet clear. Analysis of spore catcher egg, if found, may help us gain the full picture. We gave them an egg. Analysis of the spore catcher egg shows a strong correlation between minerals it contains and minerals present within the catcher's favored spores. It seems that though the spore stalks are able to affect the catcher's egg production, therefore controlling the volume, traits, and behaviors of catchers within any area of the reef. In a sense, the stalks have domesticated the catchers, leaving the two intrinsically linked as species. But the question of what the catchers provide the stalks remain. Do catchers serve a specific purpose, consuming unwanted or incorrectly configured spores, or are they kept for other reasons? Could the catchers be kept by the stalks for their companionship or social use, just as humans kept pets? Oh. We have more. Maybe this is that big rift they were talking about, that we have to get the suit first. But maybe we really do just kind of need to explore this area before we can go all the way over here. These weren't here before. Oh. This is the route they were asking for. And the sample request. Okay. I wonder if these circles show where you might be able to find these sort of things. So we're looking for a reef bloat, the colony, and a reef bloat, the root. Let's go out and see what we can find. We'll go leftish, and then it's in between this like triangle area. And then if we keep heading west, it's underneath this little islandy thing. Sure. Oh, you can keep moving and scanning while you're moving. Well, that speeds some things up. What's this? Sample candidate? Yeah, it sounds like it would have what we need. Always more shrill sack. It was so dense the last time that we ran through. I feel like we'll definitely need that. Yeah, that was fast. This is I think the triangle of islands that we were trying to get towards. Crap. It looks so different on the map than when you're actually here. Is this the sample they want? I think this is more shrill sock. Let's just make sure that I'm not missing a sample point over here, and then we can just keep heading west. This is that sample that I was talking about before. I'm pretty sure it's not what we're looking for this time around. It's the clouded shell. Were we supposed to go further south? I don't think so. If I can't find it, we'll just head west and come back to it. We don't want to use our energy or oxygen like that. Let's just double check to make sure that this isn't the one we want. I'm pretty sure we just checked it. Yeah, we're good. This is the bloated growth. Maybe if we go this way, we'll have better luck. Ew, the spore is bloated. That was the first I've seen that. That's it. Oh wow, you can see the spores in the area. Is this what it wants? The colony? Now? That it's gross? Yeah, this is totally it. Nice. Spark colony. Toxic microbial colony. If it's toxic, let's stick around. Sounds great. Do we have enough? Snatch it. Colony's edge. They're both so when they explode, you have to come back to them. That's a pretty cool reaction. I don't know how many we'll need. They'll be useful down the line. Western wall. The western wall rises up towards the shallowest part of the shelf, just meters below the surface of this planet's ocean. So these kinds of creatures need a lot of sun. Dark cave. Below the steep wall, a dark crescent-shaped sinkhole cuts into the shelf. Fallen rocks from the wall are strewn across the sand. I wonder if this was the west wall that they wanted us to go down? We're gonna go down anyway. I should read these. Whoops. The walls of the passage twist inward with thick veins of growth. Must be heading beneath the stalks. Bloated roots. This is what we're looking for. Thick bloated roots poke through the rock wall and something pulses within them. This is a rare chance to sample the stalk root network. Gross. Which one do we want to get rid of? Maybe this one? This is our root. Bloated root samples from beneath the forest stalk. I think that's all we need. Oh, we can't go back to our base. Good to know, now that we descended enough. That's kind of scary if I end up getting lost later on in the game, that if you're underwater you can't just go back to base whenever you feel like it, because I've had that luxury so far. We'll take a quick look, a nice analysis of what we found. I guess we can put it into here for now. And analyze the spark colony toxins. And this entry is updated as well. Oh, this is what we couldn't see the last time, I think. Microbial colonies were found within the reef bloats, or spark colonies as I've come to call them. Shows that these microbes are not a group typically associated with stock colonies. In fact, spark colonies appear to be made up of highly modified algae with a wide metabolic range, able to consume carbon dioxide, oxygen, metal, and toxic compounds with equal ferocity when supplied with a source of light. That's kind of nuts. When metabolizing these substances, spark colonies produce a regular flow of charged electrons, making them ideal for use within a microbial fuel cell, or MFC. With their suitability for this use is suspicious. Are they really naturally occurring microbes, and why are they found only within reef bloats? Something isn't right here. I wonder if we're gonna end up using this lovely ability of theirs to consume anything with light. Finding a root sample from the reef bloats has brought with it the confirmation that reef bloats are not manufacturing spark colonies, but instead modifying, metabolizing, and processing them. Analysis of the bloat root system has shown the presence of microbes at various stages of modification, including those that have been entirely detoxified and their rampant metabolism neutered. If all reef bloats are connected via this root system, then they may be part of a large-scale cleanup operation with the aim of eradicating these aggressive microbes. Reef bloats are not diseased stalks then, but powerful biological engines that are fueled by their local stock colonies. The scale of this operation suggests that for the stock, the spark microbes are a significant threat. Chitin seams, sensory stock. Gross. Very planty. Oh no. We don't have anywhere new that lit up. I don't think the answer is going to be anywhere in these things. Because if they want something in the info directory, it'll tell us about it. They're looking for sing stock tissue. Maybe we'll take a look at that next time, or maybe I'll take some time that's not recorded where I get lost for a little bit and I can show you how I end up getting there, because I've already gone out that way during, I think, this episode or the last, and got pretty lost. So when I see you next time, I'll have a nice explanation of where I'm going if I could find this sample and how exactly I end up getting there. This way seemed to have high currents cut us off, and this way keeps diverting us down this way. Yeah,